All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into Achieving Wealth Effortlessly. This is the world's greatest manifestors series. I'm super excited to have a young lady here that is a manifester. But she's a power manifester. Let me tell you what a power manifester is. It's someone that experiences flow often, and that's why it seems like a power manifester is basically effortlessly attracting everything in alignment, and everything that turns into gold. And this young lady right here has a couple of things she has to tell us about her manifestation journey. So, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Lexi, and I am the owner of @the Manifestation on Instagram. And I'm from New Jersey, from a little bit outside of Philadelphia. So, yep. Hello.
Yeah, you're like right there, literally.
Yes, I am right. I'm in your backyard, like you said.
And I had no idea, because when I met you, your name, I'm always following people that's in alignment. I set the intention every day to meet people that's in alignment. So I saw your name and I said, wait, the manifestation. Hold on.
Right.
And listen, when I do the this type of interview, I usually it's with somebody I met one-on-one, or it's just somebody I connected with.
Yeah.
I had no idea who he was. I took a chance. I followed my gut, because you got to follow that instinct, right?
That's true. Yep. Exactly.
And then I looked through your page and I'm wowed. I'm like, no, I already know she's a manifester. I don't even got to scroll. The first couple of posts, I'm like, oh, okay. Then I started talking to you, right?
Yeah. It's funny because I had a dream before you contacted me. I had a dream, and there was like a flying eagle, and I looked it up what that meant, and it said that there's going to be opportunities coming your way. Be open to the opportunities. And then you contacted me and you asked if I could be on your podcast, and I said, you know what, this is a sign. Like, this is it. Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's what you was going to tell me. You said you had something to tell me? That was it?
Gosh. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we can talk about. There's so much.
I'm excited. That was my next question. Well, we're going to get to that, back to that eagle, because do you believe that's a spirit animal?
I don't know, because I never really saw an eagle before. I never really connected with eagles, so that was just random. But in my dream, I actually spent time watching it fly in the sky. So I had to look it up.
That's amazing. And it's good you act on intention, because when you follow your signs and you look it up, because nowadays we get to look things up. Before, back in the day, we probably had to go to an encyclopedia or somebody that's knowledgeable, and who knows how easy that was. And nowadays it's more easier to actually look up these things.
Much more accessible.
Right, more accessible. So my next question was, why did you choose that name?
So actually, this name came to me back in December. So I thought of it, and then I was just like, I got to do something with that. I mean, originally I wanted to create a subscription box for spiritual tools, but that's later on down the line. I don't really know how to do that stuff. I'm just getting started. But this year, because of the pandemic, I had so much time on my hands and I needed to do something. And I was like, I'm going to form this platform so that I can post the things that I've learned throughout the past couple of years. And then people started resonating with all that. And then they just it's just when you have a lot of knowledge, and you just feel the need to put it out there because you want to share it with everyone. You want everyone to know. So that's what I'm doing with it.
You're giving. It's the law of giving.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So December, the name came to you. Was it like a sign, or was it a specific person that maybe was like, oh, you know what, you think you should have this name? Or what resonated with you that made you choose that name exactly back in December?
You know what? It just popped up because I was working. And when I'm working, my work doesn't have anything to do with this right now. Eventually I want to turn my work into this, but it just popped up. And for some reason I thought that was clever. So I wanted to turn that into something. And I feel like the manifestation, if I use that to sell my manifesting tools and blog about my information and stuff, that's the station of manifesting. So where people go to,
It's like a frequency. You turn on the frequency, it's a station, and this is where you're tuning in.
Yes, perfect.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. So my next question is, my favorite thing is I love signs. I don't believe that there is a bad sign. I believe characteristics are amazing.
Yes.
So what is your zodiac sign?
So my zodiac sign is a Scorpio, and some people might be like, oh, but you know, there's good things to every sign, you know. What are you?
I'm a Capricorn.
Are you Capricorn? I'm a Capricorn rising.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a Libra rising.
Okay, I see it. I see you with the earrings. You look your best, girl. I see the Libra.
It's so funny because I always was looking into characteristics, and I'm like, okay, you know, I look up super successful people and I match it up with their sign, because I don't believe that you see what you say. You say, some people might be like, who's those people? Because everybody that talks to me is supposed to uplift. Everybody on my platform is super positive, and if they're not on my platform. You know, and I believe every sign is amazing. Everybody has great characteristics, and if they have challenges, they get even better.
Yeah, every single sign contributes to the world in a different way.
Hello.
So,
So my next question is, so the top 3 things that you have manifested that changed your life.
Oh my gosh. So, all right, this is going to be a little bit long. Is that all right?
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is actually a really funny story. When I was younger, I was in around like 4th grade, around that time. Halloween movies were out. I was watching that exorcism movie with my mom, and she said, you know, this happens in the Philippines. This is real. So from that point on, that night, I moved my mattress onto the floor, and I had my little sister sleep in my bed with me because I was so scared that I was going to become possessed. And from that time, from like 4th grade to the time I was 17 years old, I prayed every night. And back then I didn't think about manifesting and all that. But now that I'm older, I realize that praying is kind of like a form of visualization. And so in high school, I manifested certain boyfriends because, you know, you're a teenage girl, you're just thinking about all that stuff all the time. But so that's like, I've manifested things, I manifested objects, money, but there's 2 really crazy things that I manifested. So back in 2018, I had just got out of a long-term relationship, and I needed to like find myself, whatever. I decided I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to choose like self-love. I'm going to do self-care things. I'm going to put myself in the like self-love frequency, do things that I love, do things that I enjoy so that I can attract things that bring me joy. So I made a vision board, all the different little sections on there, traveling, money, all that stuff. And then I had a little section for like what I want in a partner. And I wrote down all the characteristics that I wanted in a partner. I wanted someone that was musically inclined, wanted someone willing to travel with me. And then I had on there, I wanted someone with like a beaming smile. And then, so fast forward a month later, 2 months later, actually, during these past 2 months, I was doing all this work on myself. I became a raw vegan. And so I was like a diehard raw vegan for a little bit of time. And then I was working out, I was meditating, I was visualizing things. I was saying my affirmations, looking at my dream board all the time. Yeah. And I see at my work, this guy comes in, and I didn't interact with him or anything, but he kind of smiled at me. And I said, and like later on when I looked at my vision board, I said, I want that type of smile. Like I want that type of smile in a person. So naturally, I would just think about that smile whenever I read that line on my vision board, the beaming smile. Yeah. Okay. And then forward 1 month, and my friend contacts me and she says, this guy I'm talking to wants you and me to hang out with him and his friend. So then we looked up the name of his friend and him on Facebook, and it was the guy that I saw at my work. And we met, we clicked, and we've been dating ever since.
My audience will fall in love with that because it's important. I have a podcast on this, attracting your purpose partner. Mm-hmm. This is amazing. Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I have the same kind of story because I manifested my purpose partner 2 times. But the first time I didn't write it properly. Mm-hmm. I thought that what I wanted, because you know when you grow, sometimes you know you may miss a couple of things because you didn't know what you wanted back then. When you know, so I rewrote it. Came eye color, hair. Mm-hmm. the personality, what they did, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, wow. And it's so funny you said that story because I'm going to be doing a Manifest Your Purpose partner vision board party. And I would love to have you because
Ooh.
you're living proof that it works,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. So this is alignment. This is not scripted. This is just us talking and we finding
Yeah.
out each other. So this is super exciting. So write that down. It's another endeavor that we're going to be doing. But congratulations. Oh
Thank
my
you.
God.
Yeah, it's a crazy story.
Wow. And have you, like, for the people, like, my audience always wants to know, how do you manifest money? How do you manifest money? Like, how did you manifest the income that you wanted at one point in your life?
So that's like something I'm still working on right now. But really when I say my money affirmations and stuff, like some people, they're like, oh, I want to get out of debt. But you shouldn't really say you want to get out of debt. You shouldn't use a negative statement as your affirmation. You turn it around, flip it, and make it a
Right.
positive one. Like, oh, I want financial freedom, or I claim financial freedom, and I claim abundance. I welcome abundance and prosperity into my life. You want to make sure that it's positive, so that you develop that frequency that matches that, instead of like, I want to get out of financial debt. Because if you say, I want to get out of financial debt, the universe is kind of like, you're still like kind of focused on that debt, and yet that statement's kind of running from fear. You know, it's kind of, it's stemming from your fear. But if you say the other way around, I claim abundance, then okay, the universe is like, all right, you claim it, I'm gonna give it to you.
Right. I love it because I literally have been, you know, training on these things, but I feel like I have to step aside and let other people say it. So this is what this platform is about, because these things is just third-party confirmation. Because it's like sometimes when you don't listen to your parents when you're young, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do what I want to do, but somebody tells you, they listen, you know. And it's the same thing with this. Like sometimes the information can hop over somebody's head, but when somebody else says it, like we didn't meet before, you know, they're like, wow, she's telling the truth, and this is great. All right, so on to the next question. So how can someone tune into intuitive signs, like to manifest? Like, how would you, like, since you know, you said the dream, you looked it up, like, what would you give advice on, like, what type of things that people should be looking for?
So basically what happened with me is that, like, I was kind of always into the unknown. So I was very open-minded ever since I was a child. Like I didn't know about spirit guides or any like manifesting, law of attraction stuff. When I was a child, I was really into ghosts and stuff. So that kind of led my way into like just all this unknown stuff. But you had to be open-minded, and you had to have faith that signs will come your way and that synchronicities will happen. Because if you ask for signs and synchronicities and you really believe that the universe is going to give it to you, then they will give it to you. It will send you these signs. Like there's just, I remember one time I was kind of like in a rough time in my life. Not rough, but I was very confused. And then I had this moment where I was in that between like awake and sleep stage. And I heard someone say my name, like my real name's Alexanne. So I heard someone say Alexanne, like really deep. It sounded ancient, like an ancient voice. And so I thought someone was in my room. I shot up out of my bed and I was like, what the heck? And then I was kind of scared to go back to sleep, but I went back to sleep anyway. And then later on, I went to a spiritual event hosted by a woman, and I kind of just didn't really want to be there because I'm woo-woo. But back then I wasn't as woo-woo as this lady was. So like I just kind of did not want to be there. I kept looking at my time on my phone. And then she says, this is that day, the same day as when I heard the voice. She says, have you ever been in the, like between awake and sleep stage, and you hear someone say your name? She's like, that is your spirit guide telling you that you are on a spiritual journey and that you are on the right path. And I was like, what? That's crazy. And then, so now when I believe in signs and stuff. So now when I ask for a sign, like I'll sit there and I'll pray and I'll ask for a sign. And usually I get one the next day or within 2 days.
So
I think, yeah. And I think that also when it comes to listening to your intuition and just receiving those intuitive signs, meditation helps, because you're not going to hear certain like messages or anything like that if you're so chatterbrained. Like if you're worrying all the time, No. Yeah. So
away from that.
it's really just having faith in all that you can receive signs and believing that it's going
Right.
to happen.
See, I'm a God woman. Like, I love to believe in, the spirituality. I believe that God has provided me with this platform to
Yes.
give people a closer guidance to their life purpose.
Yes. And
You
that's,
know?
yeah, there's a reason why people like you and me exist, because this
Right.
stuff is real. If it's not real, it wouldn't be happening. Our souls feel the need to be involved in this so that we can help others, because
Yeah.
I've met people who've gone from being complete atheists to just becoming completely spiritual or religious, and like they find some type of purpose in this because for a reason, and it's so helpful to like find your purpose and all that. So
I
yeah.
love it. And it's funny because I'm thinking, because I had at 2 different occasions I was sleeping. I was in that little state of mind, and I remember hearing my name one time, and I jumped up just like you said. I never
Yeah.
talked about it. I didn't. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm still on the
Yeah.
journey, and I've never been woo woo. I never ever like.
Uh-huh.
I mean, 8 months ago, I was just partying in the club, and I talk
Yeah.
about it all the time. If you look back in my posts, I posted the prior time. I was just like popping bottles,
Yeah.
buying drinks with my friends, making them
Uh-huh.
happy. Then one day I went to Hawaii, and I'm like, something says to go to Hawaii. I guess that's the highest frequency in the
That's your
world.
intuitive sign. Yeah, that's your frequency is matching like your desire, your subconscious desires. Yeah.
So I was bugging out, like, I gotta go. So I call it tag team dreaming, when I pair people together so they could achieve their dream. So my friend was going out there for work. I said, I'm coming with you. They're like, what? You coming with me? I was like, yeah. They're like, well, I need help moving anyways. I was like, great.
Uh-huh.
My client, I have a cleaning company in New York. My client moved to Hawaii. I said, great. I said, I'm gonna go do her house out there. Then I'm like, the universe gonna take me serious now, because I'm
Yeah.
going to take my cleaning company to Hawaii, and me doing a home in Hawaii makes my business in Hawaii.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
tag team dreamed everything together, packaged it, bought one-way ticket over there, and I
Mm-hmm.
grinded. But we call it grinding in New York as slang, right? We
Yeah.
work really hard for our money. So
Yeah.
I was doing everything, getting it, so I can have the money to come back. So when I had it booked on my day of actually flying out there, I booked the ticket coming back on the flight when I was already there, because I wanted to make sure that's how I make things happen.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford, like, I think and the ticket was literally like $600, but I literally didn't have this much money that I have now, because I wasn't living in abundance back then. I was living in
Yeah.
party mode, and it was clouded. So
Yeah.
when I went to Hawaii, I did this hike. This young lady told me, listen, when you get to the top of the hike, you're gonna hear God. I was like, I'm gonna hear God. So I'm waiting for it. I'm doing the hike. I'm crawling on the floor, praying that I don't fall off this mountain, because one, I can't wear shoes. I never
Yeah.
put on sneakers. Probably when I was younger, and the young lady had a pair of sneakers in her trunk, my size.
Yeah.
I said, oh, well, I guess it's meant to be. Let me go on this hike.
Yeah.
This hike took like 3 hours to climb up,
Uh-huh.
5 hours to come back down.
Uh-huh.
God blessed me that I made it back down and up that hike. But on the top of that hike, when I got to the top of the hike, it said God's gift on there. I didn't know that until I got home, and somebody had like one of those flying devices that take pictures from the,
Yeah, like a
like,
drone. Something like
yeah.
that.
So
Yeah.
so he took a picture, and the guy sent me the picture, and it said God's gift. And I'm like, I was sitting on that. I couldn't see it from sitting down because the
Yeah.
line was so thick, and I was just shaking, because I'm like, I never did nothing like that. I'm more of a like city girl. I don't go to the park. I wasn't in tune with nature. But when I went to Hawaii, I heard very clearly in my mind, Lori, when you get back home, life is gonna change. When I got back home, I started to feel so different. I picked up on, I have it right here. That's so funny. I have it on this book.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. I never read that book, but it's on my list.
I went to Hawaii, and I rented the car. I was driving by myself around Hawaii, and I had her playing. I was talking to her as she was my friend, because I didn't know anybody that understood me at that time of my life.
Yeah.
So when I went to Hawaii, I went by myself, and my friend was doing their own thing. They was working. They started their job. I was out there with a rental car. I finally had rented my first car, and I drove around where Jurassic Park was taped. Very, very rude. I was stopping at gas stations, just going anywhere. I had a bikini on and shorts.
Yeah.
I said, this is where I need to live. This feels good.
Yeah.
And my life changed. I came back home, had the same frequency. I cut off everybody that was drinking, smoking, partying. I
Anything
went
that drained you.
Yeah, I got serious. 8 months.
Yeah.
Made $15,000 in 3 months. within 2 books. I have 2 books that like this is just to inspire my audience. I haven't talked about this on the platform yet, but I'm in a book with Brian Tracy now. Right, and I'm a young man that's a millionaire, billionaire. He's just done hit every mark. He actually gave me the experience to actually meet my higher self, because I didn't know I could be in a book with Brian Tracy. If you know who Brian Tracy is, it's not that easy to get in a book like that. And then
that's amazing.
Yeah, and all this happened in 8 months after like shooting our party, and now I'm in a book, Spiritual Fitness Survivor 2, spiritual. Then I'm like, Hawaii. I'm like, oh, but long story short, and then this is why I'm meeting you, because I'm on this journey, and it hasn't even been a year yet. But it's almost a year, probably.
Yeah.
So I got to take time there, but I know if it's not no longer than a year, because I'm just like shocked at myself, and I'm just happy to have you on my platform, because as we talk, I'm just like, wow, this is all happening.
Yeah, you know what? That's all a part of manifesting, is when you get these not voices, but like these signs in your head and telling you to do certain things that are going to align with your desired reality. You have to act on it. So you state what you want, and then the universe gives you those like circumstances for you to do to reach that reality that you want. And that's exactly what you did. You went to Hawaii, did whatever you did, and then created the frequency, and then you became in alignment with the life that you wanted to have, or the life that you were meant to have.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for saying that. I'm like really excited about this, like super excited. And, the next question I had was, how would one raise their frequency if they've been in a rut for, let's say, a couple of years, or they just never got out of that rut? Never. Like they just use that word frequently, and they just haven't, manifested themselves out of what advice can you give them to get out of the rut that they're in?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm one of those people that it happened to. I was in a rut for years. I almost like, I was into spirituality and manifesting, but my mindset just wasn't right. It wasn't matching it. So, the advice that I could give is just, you do the normal wellness stuff, like maintain a healthy diet, exercise, meditate, do stuff for like self-care. But the one thing that you really should do is kind of change your mindset. And you do that through meditation and getting yourself into this trance-like state, so that you can start plugging in affirmations and visualizing during meditating. Because I meditate, but I use that as a tool to get into my visualizations and stuff. Because when you're meditating, your conscious thinking mind it becomes bored. And then it steps back and is like, all right, subconscious mind, like you can step forward. This is too boring for me, because your conscious thinking mind is really meant for survival, right? It's meant to perceive your environment and tell the subconscious mind how to run your body so that you can survive. So when it's bored and you're meditating, your subconscious mind steps in, and that's when you can really change your behaviors and change your mindset. So that's when you plug in your affirmations and you start visualizing things. So when you visualize things, you want to get yourself to the point where you are visualizing the reality that you want, as if you're already in that moment. So you feel everything as if it's already happening to you right now, as if you own that reality already, as if you're currently in it. So if you feel like you're going to cry, if you're so happy that you're going to cry, then you're going to cry. You want to, like, just say, for example, a person, they start meditating and then they start visualizing getting a promotion at work. And then what they want to do is, okay, they hear that they're getting a promotion, and then they want to imagine themselves, close their eyes, imagine themselves shaking the hands of all their family members and getting hugs and them congratulating them. And also, like, imagine the taste of drinking a celebratory glass of wine. Is it white wine? Is it red wine? Whatever it is, imagine yourself drinking that and taste that wine in your mouth. And then watch, like, imagine your phone screen, your checking account, and on your app, on your bank app, and just imagine that number, the increased amount of money that you're going to be receiving from your new promotion, and just allow yourself to feel what that feels like. Because thoughts turn, like, they create your emotions, and your emotions are what tweaks your frequency. So when a person is negative, these are the people who are like, you don't know what I've been through people. Like you don't know what I've been through. Like I live a hard life. Like I try to survive every day. I'm fighting for my life. And I'm like, what are you fighting for? Like the only battlefield that you're fighting on is in your mind. So these like, so they keep, so they keep attracting circumstances because their frequency is so aligned with their past and like the negative experiences that they've had. So when you do your visualizing enough and then you train your subconscious mind into thinking that you already own this reality, that you're already living in it, your frequency adjusts and it tells the universe what to send you. So that's why people always say like keep a gratitude journal, because and like state gratitude statements, because you are aligning your frequency with the frequency of gratitude. So the universe sees that and they're like, oh, this person's grateful. Like I got to send them things to be grateful for because they are grateful. So they're just going to keep on receiving that things to be grateful for. So, and it like great gratitude, love, just everything that has to do with love and just everything good in life. You want to keep surrounding yourself with people that make you feel good, laugh a lot, do things that bring you joy so that you can attract the things that will bring you joy. So
that is amazing, girl. You convey your messages so well.
Thank you.
Like immaculately. Like you break it down in baby terms. It's not too hard.
Yeah.
I believe my audience is really gonna love this. Like my supporters are waiting for something like this, something like just to the point. How can I do it?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, you know what? I may just use this actual interview as part of the training for them to take notes on, because you really did break it down in the best of your ability. No, seriously, like you was made for this. And I'm not even trying to be like, you know, pouring like just because I'm like this. No, this you have a gift, girl. God bless you. Like
I love it. It's my passion.
Yes. So the next thing, this is a tough question, and the only reason I ask this question is because I have a friend that's going through something with a family member, and they're going through cancer. And I'm a firm believer, no matter what, I believe in faith and you know, positive vibration to raise out the disease, because your bodies are diseased.
Yes.
So however this disease came into the body, if it was like through stress or just however it came, like what is something that they could possibly do to possibly, I want to say, get rid of it. Let's just say get rid of it.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so it's actually, I am a cancer survivor. So I had cancer when I was a child. Yeah, for like a half a year. So I didn't know about all this manifesting stuff back then. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I didn't know about manifesting and stuff back then, but you know, I still prayed every night. And actually, I was able to get out of the hospital in a week when I was meant to be in the hospital for 2 to 3 weeks after surgery, because I wanted to get out, and I kept praying and imagining myself getting out in time for 4th of July so I could go on my family's boat. And so, and then when the doctor came in the one time before I was out, they were like, okay, like the wound is really healing on its own. Like it's going so fast. So yeah, I think, just really believing that you can get, that you can make it. Oh, don't make me cry. But yeah. I recommend that your friend, I think that they should look up the inspirational speaker is Dr. Joe Dispenza, because he speaks a lot about this stuff. He actually has programs where, and he's trained with people who have terminal illnesses, and they, with meditation and the visualizing thing, that everything that I just said about visualizing and really believing firmly that like your body can heal itself, you can change the energy of your body. Because to me, now that I'm older and I understand this stuff a little bit more, I understand that like illnesses, a lot of illnesses form from your emotions, stagnant emotions that are stored in your organs. So just believing that you have this God energy in yourself, and God is the creator of all things, the source of all things. So believing that you are made from God. God created you, created everything in the world. All the energy that exists in the world, you cannot create new energy. You cannot get rid of old energy. It doesn't disappear. It's just recycled. So knowing that you have you are made from this God energy. Just, you have to believe that you can change yourself and you can heal yourself with this God energy, because that is, he was the creator and you have this energy in you, and that is you using your creative process. So you have to do the visualizations and tap into your subconscious mind, because once you tap into your subconscious mind is the one that's creating your white blood cells to fight off infections. It's the one that's making you blink and you don't even realize it. It's the one that's making you breathe. So it controls your body. And when you teach it how to control your body, then it's going to adjust and your immune system can improve. And Dr. Joe Dispenza has actually done this. And the way he found out about all this was he became paralyzed from a bike accident. And I'm pretty sure it was a bike accident. It was some type of accident, but he became paralyzed completely. And they told him that he wasn't going to walk again. And he just started imagining, like visualizing himself getting into a deep meditative state and visualizing himself walking again. And soon his body started to work. And and it was like a complete miracle. So he's worked with people. They've healed their thyroids. They've healed cancer. Cancer went away completely. And I'm not saying that this is going to happen to everyone, but it's worth a shot. And if this can help you improve your life and your health, then why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Oh my God. God bless you.
Mm-hmm.
This is because why would I stop on your page out of all the, I didn't hit anybody. And for the past 3 days, I've been on a follow spree because I feel like I didn't realize that I was allowing followers to just, I guess come into my life instead of being intentional. Let me follow everybody that's manifesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how I came across your page, but your name stood out. And I'm just like, and I also have a fantastic personal assistant. I got to give her grace on this call because she has cleared my mind. I'm a scatter mind.
Yeah.
And she organized me to the point where I could meet fantastic people like you, spend more time with my family. And I think every manifestor needs a personal assistant once they get to that level.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of it has to do with her as well, because she has organized everything. And it's clear now. I can do whatever I want. I can add people, talk to them. I'm not, I can see my calendar where everything is at. Like, it's the best feeling in the world. And like 8 months ago, I literally I had all this free time, all this party time. And, when you become living in purpose, you start to get really busy. You have a lot of work to do, And I'm just so grateful to have met you, because your story is so aligned into what I wanted to bring to this platform. And I'm so grateful for you.
I'm happy.
The second person I'm interviewing on this platform. The first person was the week before last. He did hypnosis on himself. He did hypnosis on himself while he performed 3 surgeries with no medication.
Yeah, I had a psychology professor that did that. Yeah, he had a surgery, and then he didn't take the anesthesia, and he said, I'm going to self-hypnosis myself. Yeah. And that he actually was a big inspiration for me, and why I started getting into all this, because he said that you can do so much, and you don't need to you don't need anesthesia but I mean, I'm going to have anesthesia if I do surgery. I'm not at that level. Are you kidding me?
But people in the back, we're still utilizing that.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing, because if you see the alignment on how all of our conversation is connecting, and if somebody really was watching this and studying how we started from the end of this interview, this is big. So I think I have 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
The first one is, how do you write your affirmation? And if you write it a certain way, what would be the ideal affirmation to write to attract income? Because I know you said you went into it a little bit. I just wanted to piggyback. I know everybody's big. How do I attract income?
Yeah. Yeah. Money is the number one thing, it seems. Money and love. So I always structure my affirmations as if I am, or I welcome, because you want to make it as open as possible. You want to welcome in wealth. You want to attract it. So, you just make it as if it's in the current state, in your current reality, as if it's already happening. So basically, what I said earlier, I welcome abundance. I want to become, or I am financially free, as if you just claim it, as if it's already there. So that's the best advice for that.
I am financially free.
Yeah,
Yes.
I could. I think anything with "I am" is just the best
I am.
affirmation. I don't know if you've ever read Neville Goddard, but he is very clear on that in his books. "I am" seems to be the best
Right.
type of affirmation to start with.
I, yeah, I agree because I follow a couple of people and I'm new to this realm. I've
Mm-hmm.
always just been this person, you know, in the past couple of months. I've always wanted to manifest. I mean, I had a dream board since 2011. I'm looking at it right now. I was
Mm-hmm.
25. I'm 33 now.
Mm-hmm.
And I have everything and I've almost accomplished like 90% of it.
Yeah.
But long story short, a young man that I met on the way to Brooklyn,
Mm-hmm.
I was buying my car. My car name is Synchronicity.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
Yeah, her name is Synchronicity. And when I bought
Mm-hmm.
her, she had I believe the numbers was, I can't remember. It was angel numbers. It was like triple numbers. Like I have the license plate to this day because it was a temporary license plate, so I keep it with me.
Yeah.
That led me to a lot of my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
But long story short, like the young man that I met buying my car, before I had the car, I was driving another car to get my
Mm-hmm.
car. He was a mindset coach in Brooklyn. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, whoa, it was so funny because I was on this journey and I was like, I'm going to change my life. I know I'm serious. I'm doing this podcast. This is going to
Mm-hmm.
grow. And this is it. I don't care if I used to drink, with my friends and party. Like, I don't
Yeah.
care. I'm going to be an inspiration. While
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to the podcast. And when I pulled up to him, he was like, who are you talking to? I was like, oh, my podcast. He said, you got a podcast? What do you do? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a mindset coach. He's like, I'm a mindset coach. I said, you a 5% coach in Brooklyn? Like,
Oh my gosh, that's
I
a
was,
synchronicity right there.
I didn't know. So he comes, he's like, yeah. He was like, I'm a mindset coach. And he pulls out this little device. I got it right here. Oh my gosh, I got it right here. He pulls out this device. I'm like, what is that? It has a USB.
Oh my gosh.
He has all the mindset people in this USB. He's like, I want you to listen to this. I'm going to download it. Pulls out his laptop, pulls
Uh-huh.
this USB, puts it in, and he's like, here, and you press play and you can listen to it. I'm like, well, God, well, thank you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is interesting. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm like, wow, and it's rechargeable. He's like, yeah, this is what I do. And I'm like, and then he made me confident that I was on the right path.
Yeah. No,
God will give you,
that's a sign itself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that right there is a sign.
and the
Yeah.
person you said is on there. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't get to him yet. He put over 33 books on there. Even The Secret,
Oh my
How to Be a
gosh.
Badass and Making Money. He's a man. How do you know about that? How did you know about that book? No offense. I'm just like, this is a female book.
Yeah, yeah.
A
Uh-huh.
lot of females, because I don't really see a lot of men holding this book. I said, how
Mm-hmm.
did you know about that? He's like, yeah, I know about all of these. And the book just came out.
Yeah. Yeah, he's on top of things.
And so yeah, and he's the reason why I'm in my book now, and I was came
Mhm.
across it because of him. I followed the sign,
Yeah.
But long story
Mm-hmm.
short, I think that was that was. I'm so happy I ended up with the book. That's my last question for you. What is the most life-changing book that you have read?
Um, Definitely. So it's called Psycho Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. I'm really into the subconscious mind and self hypnosis, and that's what he teaches. So he's actually a surgeon before a doctor, and he noticed that just say someone didn't like their nose, and then they ended up getting a nose job, and following up with like a couple months later or whatever, a month later, he noticed that their personality completely changed. So they could go from going like shy to completely outgoing. So he learned that your self-image and what you think about yourself and how you see yourself truly like just affects your reality and what you're going to attract and stuff. So by tapping into your subconscious mind, that's what the book says, and doing the self-hypnosis techniques, that can change your self-image and your view on yourself. So that was my favorite book. It's a little dated. Gosh, I don't remember when it was written, but yeah. So I think there
I'm
are
gonna read
updated
it.
versions.
I'm gonna read it because I love reading books. I do Audible in the car, and I physically started reading more books now by hand. I force myself to do a chapter a day, and
Mm-hmm.
I make it happen. And now I read Michelle Obama's book,
Mm-hmm.
the recent one she did, and Obama was in there reading like 20 books at one time. Some people
Mm-hmm.
disagree with that, but I said, wow, if he could do it, well, I'm gonna try
Wow.
too. So I'm doing two at the same time right now, and it's two really good. One
Yeah.
spiritual, and one is just a personal development book.
Yeah.
And it's actually the book I'm reading this month is called There's More to the Secret, meaning
Mm-hmm.
that don't disregard God, because a lot, the secret is like, connected to our creator.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the book
100%.
reframes it. It's orangey like the secret. And I thought it
Mm-hmm.
was pretty dope. And I'm a firm believer of the secret. I love it. I think it's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's what got me into all of this. I didn't know about, I was into spirituality before, but then I saw the documentary The Secret on Netflix, and then at the end of it I was like, this really is a secret. It's been kept from me. I didn't know about this. Like, so, and then I got into it. So, yeah. But actually, I do want to say one more thing back to the financial affirmations and stuff like that. When it comes to getting a new job, you want to be as clear as possible. This is an example of this. Okay, this is the number one thing I've manifested. So this was in 2018, end of 2018, November. I was starting to get clear on my goals for the new year. I do it a little bit earlier, and then my intention when I meditated, the things that I would visualize is me having some type of career where I was getting paid to express myself and to speak my truth. And I didn't know how it was going to happen. I just was like, all right, I just want this to happen somehow. I went to a Christmas party the next month and I sang karaoke there. Didn't know it, but my godmom's fiance just so happened to, he used to be involved in the music industry. And so he contacted me and he said, do you want to come up to New York with us? And do you want to sing professionally? Like, and I have friends in the music industry and I could see if they'll get you an audition. So I went up there and his friend ended up liking me, and it was really crazy. It all happened in like 2 months. Wanted to make me a star. We were creating songs for me to sing an audition for this, one of the top 5 record labels. I'm not going to say which one, but if you Google it, it's top 5. And yeah, and I remember at one point I was speaking to a songwriter, and he said, so what do you want? Like, how do you want to express yourself? What do you want to say in these songs? And I was like, this is what I manifested. This is exactly what like my intention was when I was meditating. Like, I was about to have a career where I was supposed to express myself and get paid for it. But this is why you have to get really clear. I didn't want to become a star or anything. I didn't want to become a recording artist. So I was like, I turned down the opportunity because I don't know. I feel like there's so many other people that deserved it more than I did because I didn't really want it that bad. But yeah. So I learned that I need to get clear with my intentions. Like, you got to be as specific as possible.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's funny you say that because I think I'm gonna do it right now. I'm bringing something over here real quick.
Okay.
This is my second dream board from 2012. So I got a little bit all over the place. Mm-hmm. But I just want to bring it over here because when you're not clear, this is serious. Mm-hmm. So right here in 2012, right? Mm-hmm. So it says faith, mm-hmm. family, finance, right? Mm-hmm. So I was doing it in sections. So on the family, I put a mop bucket because my house was always messy. Mm-hmm. Right? And I'm like, you know what? I want a clean refrigerator. I want a clean stove. I want a nice, everything was just in its place.
Yeah.
And now I'm in a cleaning business.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, you're right.
I'm in a cleaning business and I walk around with the bucket and, when I have employees, but for years, that's why I have strong arms. I carried all these supplies.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a car. And in the city, you had to pick the train. And all the boroughs, I'm there like cleaning the whole house for about $30, right? And I was so grateful for my $30 because, it was income.
Yeah.
And, it wasn't much because people like $30 for a whole house. Yeah, I did it because now look where I'm at. I've manifested, opportunities. I did it in Hawaii. Long story short, be clear. Because I should have wrote a little affirmation on it that I meant for my house. Mm-hmm. I didn't know I was be doing this for years. Hiring, but it falls in alignment if you think about it. Because if a home is clear, you can manifest better. Mm-hmm. So every time I leave somebody's home, they're like, the energy's so great here, and I'm like, yeah, the intention is to leave you with clarity.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
Right. So I just wanted to show you that because I have a similar story. You got to be clear, and I actually love what I do though. That's the thing, and having employees now is really helping me monetize on it because I'm able to help more people now with that actual, mop bucket and things of that nature. But and one thing that I wanted to tell my supporters is that no matter where you at in job, business, or whatnot, make sure you stay with personal development because the books is what's going to transform your life. So while I did these homes, I had the audios in my ear, and
that's what I do.
Get it right?
Yeah,
it works.
Every single day, I'm listening to either like a YouTube video, podcast, or an Audible book, something where I'm just have this information always going into my mind. Because I got to keep myself positive. You got to keep yourself at that frequency, you know?
Yes. This is the best interview. I'm so happy. Well, thank you so much. Did you have any last words? That was my last question for you.
I just want people to just keep doing the things that they love so that they can raise their frequency and just keep saying affirmations, and because you deserve to change your life and create a better reality for yourself, because you can do it and you have that power to do it. So that's it. Oh, and you can find me on Instagram at the.manifest.station. Okay.
Yes. And your YouTube is what? Do you have a YouTube you said or no?
I do not have a YouTube channel right now.
You can have it today because we're going to upload it.
I mean, I have like my own personal one that I watch videos with, but I don't have my own. I need to form one. I should,
Make one today because you can have this and put it up there.
Yeah, I'll do that. You
just branded your whole self just now.
Yeah.
You show everything. You show quality, you show value, and you show your heart. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on to this series. This is going to be so great. And I'll talk to you soon. Oh, we're going to do the Manifest Your Purpose partner.
Yes, we got to do that.
All right. Take care.
You too. Bye.